I guess you can probably see that, but ew, big nasty red rash. Little center. Doesn't hurt at all. Not swollen. Yeah, Lyme disease. Probably. Again. Number 5. Don't feel too bad, so I probably am getting somewhat immune by now. But, yeah, just like, oh, fuck. Fuck. This whole deer thing. Nothing's ever going to get fixed. People are just too stupid. And so it's another video about people that are just too stupid. And, yeah, so anyway, marry on. It's economic stuff, I suppose. Just the rich, you know, an inheritance. And you're just like, alright, so Mary Ann C. for cunt, of course. So, skanky cunt, you didn't have the S in there. So, if we limit inheritance in the U.S. and we increase taxes, what do you think will happen? We already know that businesses leave or keep the money offshore or give up their citizenship. Oh, so you mean they're already dodging? Okay, they got the lowest taxes ever in the history of the United States, and they're still dodging the taxes. And you don't think you think these are honorable people that we should do something with other than not give a fuck about. Yeah, I mean, right there is hilarious. Yeah, no, God forbid we go back to the tax rates of the 70s. You know, what kind of world you want to live in? This isn't a complex question. All right, it's an inheritance. Explain to me the difference between inheritance and monarchy. Now, civilized people, at least me, smart people, people with any kind of brain, basically see monarchy as no better than slavery. It's just bigotry. You know, that's all it is. It's bigotry. Okay, so you're a proud bigot. There's nothing else to say. You need to cheat. Your kind need to cheat. The traditional rich people need to be the rich people. You don't want to have to earn it. I don't want to have to earn it. That's your statement? I don't want a fair fight. Fairness sucks. That's your mantra? And I'm supposed to say something other than fuck. You know, just fuck. Yeah, fuck you and your kind and whatever boat they sailed on. Gee. Ugh. So anyway. So let's see, where's her next comment? These guys are all making some arguments, blah, 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 blah. So here's Mary Ann again. The problem with Gary's plan, couldn't they just simply give the money to their children before they die? The problem with Gary's plan, I don't know what that means, but there's no going back to the days of Robin Hood. No, it's the days of monarchy right now. So you're saying there's no going back to the days of monarchy, and the rich have never been richer than they are right now. In the history of America, the rich have never been richer. And you're telling me there's no going back. We already went back. Quite obviously, we're already back in monarchy. Explain the difference to me? Oh, they don't have titles. Oh, that's the difference. No titles. Exactly the same system of inherited power, dominion, ownership, lordship. The same exact mechanism of dispersal. Oh, but it's different because what? They don't have titles. So that's the difference. We don't have to call them Lord. And that's somehow a significant difference? No, it's not a significant difference. This is New World, and with new problems. I don't think there are any new. These aren't new problems. Seems like exactly the same old problems. Okay, rich exploitness taking advantage of desperation. There's no new anything here. And we need real workable solutions. No, we need real stinking, lousy, rotten, decent human beings to stand up and say, well, I'm not going to take this shit anymore. This is idiotic. I'm living in a bigocracy. I'm living in elitism. Why the fuck would I want to do that? Why would I give any sanction to this. It's no better than slavery. What exactly is the difference between bestowing privilege on one without merit and bestowing hardship on somebody else without cause? What's the difference? Explain it to me. Explain to me the difference between bestowing privilege without earn and bestowing pain without deserve. Go ahead, explain it to me. People of means have many options. Firstly, they can buy themselves a few politicians. Well, again, that shouldn't happen in a society that gives a damn. There should be scrutiny and accountability. So, I mean, the politicians only have power because people give them power. And they only give them power because the rich people convince them to do that with propaganda like you. Propagandists like you convince idiots that rich people make magical money that they make on Mars and they bring it to this world for us. They bring beautiful bounty from the universe and bring it to us. They're not stealing from us. They're not manipulating our own, stealing our own labor and apportioning us back the carrots from it little bit by little bit. You people are just disgusting. Firstly, they can buy themselves a few politicians. Secondly, a good tax lawyer can find workarounds. Well, again, you're making an argument as if, oh, the poor people can't do anything to stop the rich people. They own everything. They do everything. We can't stop them. We can't do anything. Obvious bullshit. All you have to do is you got to apply a tiny bit of logic to play a good game. Again, what game can't we play? It seems they've been able to figure out how to have rules in soccer that work fairly well. Baseball seems to do okay. Football seems to do okay. They all seem to function somehow. How come they don't have dilemmas that are insurmountable and we have to just cancel the game because we can't have fairness? Fuck. Let's see. They find a workaround. They're not tied to a location. Well, again, I would tie them to a location. You know, off a very long pier. Focusing on the top seems useless. Yeah, right. Focusing on where most of the money is and where most of the waste is would be stupid. Oh, yeah. Solutions to bring the bottom up are more workable. So just talk like Reagan. Like that's going to happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. The utility of people isn't going to be changed. Their relative status isn't going to be changed by you even making them more educated. It really isn't. You know, the dynamic of what labor needs to be done is mostly kind of, you know, hardware kind of labor. Building houses, building sewage systems, building the same basic kind of stuff. All right, you don't need degrees in nuclear physics to be a worker at a solar plant, you know, where they're putting up solar panels. You don't need any of that kind of stuff. You just need somebody to invest in it. And we're not going to invest in hydroelectric, and we're not going to invest in any of this stuff, and there's not going to be anybody driving the bulldozers or digging the ditches or doing any of that kind of stuff because all the money's been wasted on birthday parties for fucking silly people. So, you know, you're just such a fucking piece of shit. I mean, it's just contemptuous bigotry, you fucking elitist cunt. I mean, what am I supposed to call you? I mean, you're defending monarchy. That's all you're doing. You're defending monarchy. And you think I'm supposed to have some... Oh, I have such respect for that notion. It's supposed to flip off in my head. I'm supposed to think that somehow makes sense for a civilized human being to see any merit to this at all. Your bigotry needs to be validated. It needs to be respected. I don't respect it. I have no obligation to respect it. I have contempt for it. I don't see it as taking the money from someone else. They won't let you. I don't see it as taking the money. Again, it's not their money. They didn't earn it. You know, again, you know, it's like, you know, so that you wouldn't have allowed if you were there in France at the time of the revolution, you would have ratted all of them out because they were stealing the money from the people who deserved to have it. They had the proper birthright. They had the proper blue blood. What crime did those aristos commit that the aristos today are not committing? What exactly was the difference in the crime? So you would have thwarted the French Revolution because it was theft. You would have called it theft. Fuck. Of course, we have loans for students to go to college, loans for people to buy homes and start a business. Yeah, all this is all bullshit, right? Anyway, here. But the problem with all is these all involve taking on debt with interest. And well, they also involve the fact that there's really no place for them to work. The industries are all in China. So what good is it going to do? So you got to go to college to learn how to speak Chinese. So government should loan without interest. Just leave the rich out of the equation. Just leave the rich out of the equation. Just amazing. You know. Yeah, so in ancient Egypt, just ignore the fact that the country's, Egypt was using up 90% of its resources building silly monuments to waste. Just ignore the 90% being wasted and just work on the little 10%. What I'm saying is bypass the rich, give more opportunity to everyone else. Opportunity again for what? You keep talking like there's some sort of real economy that can take place when the rich own everything and when they're going to continue to inflate the price of everything. So you really think that everybody can just get educated and they'll all have $150,000 a year jobs? That's how you think reality could work? That we don't have to recognize that somebody's going to have to pick up garbage. And just because you think it's a mundane job, you think you're entitled to take their 8 hours of hard labor, high kind of risk labor to boot, or all kinds of hepatitis, all kinds of things you can contract, and you think you can take it at a bargain price and be an honorable human being. You just plain fucking suck. Yeah. It's just, really disappointing. But whatever. I mean, I'm disappointed every day. Human beings are just really not worth the powder to blow them to fucking hell. I mean, this isn't a hard question. I mean, really. This is, I've said it before, but it's only the most life and death struggle game on this planet. And it's the one game you don't want to play fair. Right, all these other games don't. Boxing doesn't matter. Soccer, none of these games matter. They don't care. Who cares? Okay, cheaters, not cheat. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. It's just superficial soap opera bullshit. The one game that actually means something. People are going to die. You don't want to be fair. Man, you suck. You suck. You suck. Alright, so I'll find that Poker Face Todd video. I might as well, what the fuck? Yeah, we'll just do this. I mean, it's 24 minutes, but we'll see if we can get, let's see if we can get through half of it without getting too ill.
Alrighty, I was making the video and I got up to the 5-minute mark and I just found myself responding in a way that doesn't increase the value of the conversation, so I've deleted that.
Yeah, whatever. You're never going to be able to increase the value of the conversation because your conversation is old, stale, and has nothing to do with what I put on the table. So you keep arguing things that aren't on the table. I narrowed it for you, and you're not going to obey those rules, are you? Okay? It's about inheritance and waste. It's about the practical, true fact that if I invented a machine that blew the top 1% to hell, we'd never miss them, and we'd all be 3 times richer. I mean, if we blew their money, cashed them out, and everybody got their fair share of what they have. Yeah, we'd all be 3 times richer, and we wouldn't miss them. They're not going to cure any diseases. They're not going to do a motherfucking thing of any value to the human race. They're just a waste. Many times worse than the worst welfare whore. That's the subject, shithead, and you won't stay on it.
Section, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's very childish. He's sitting here calling people names and saying how stupid they are.
Oh yeah, like you'd never do that.
I really,
I don't know why.
I think that
no point in pointing. He doesn't have
no
a face.
time did he negate any of my arguments or bring anything. It's a lot of.
You just keep saying stuff, right? So no time. So when I pointed out that desperation isn't a rational bottom to a market, that's not negating one of your arguments. That taking advantage of things that have nothing to do with the merit of the individuals, just the fact that there's too many of them, is bogus. Yeah, that doesn't ring any, like, to me that seems like a pretty good argument. Like when you treat somebody shabbily merely because there's 13 people rather than 9 people, that's kind of bullshit.
Repetitive. So I'm just going to respond to the points where he actually responded to my video.
Yeah, right. So he's just going to cut pieces out of context out of my video. Oh, super. 2 days ago, whatever it was, I don't know. He does have a head, so I'm going to have to kill the ad. I forgot about
come
that.
on. He's whining about the ads because
ads on his video.
Apparently he can't handle it.
What are you making? 4 cents? 2 cents? I don't know.
About 100
so
something bucks.
So he says he makes 100 and some bucks a month on videos that get less than 100 views. Can that possibly be honest? I don't think it's possible. Bludgeoning people in the face with ads.
I'm happy with the deal he's got over here.
There you go.
Creating the corn. He can go somewhere else.
So this is the part he chose to pull out. He didn't pull out the part where 2 or 3 times in the video I said the subject is inheritance and the waste of privilege. Now, go somewhere else.
And if he misses a week, like while he's out looking, he can't get that back. So remember that. He knows that. Where else can he go? This is perfect. I love it. You're right. There is nowhere else. You're absolutely right. Nowhere else. So the worker has no work. And he has an opportunity to have work. And he looks at it and goes, yay or nay. That is a market. And as far as you're concerned.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, really, so that's the extent of how sophisticated you think our negotiations should be. And once again, we know that the game, how the game is played. So you would go back and when the king gave the serfs their bad bargains, just because they accepted it, that means they think it was a fair deal.
Concerned marketplaces are evil because they force the poor guy to do what the bad guy the bad, evil, wealthy guy wants. That's your argument.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, negotiations should be fair. If you're going to negotiate something, if you're going to even have an argument philosophically, any kind of contest should be fair. That's right. And if you're sitting there with you're in the boxing ring and you weigh 300 pounds and the midget weighs 65 pounds and you have big knobby steel spikes in your gloves and he has mittens on, how grotesque do I have to make the description? But I mean, to have to make no concession to the fact that we are not bargaining from fair positions is just stupid.
You bring nothing to the table to make your argument. Where is the evidence of all this unfairness? How come?
Minimum wage jobs. The garbage man. I can go through all the people doing all these jobs. These jobs are very unpleasant and hard work. I've done some of them. I know how nasty they are. Go be a waitress for a few weeks and see how it works out for you, fucky. Fatty, fucky, whatever. It's got to be fat. No way you can't be a fat pig.
Um, the whole world is working right now, mostly based on our system. I mean, any country that is working on our system is working properly. And
Oh, listen to this shit. Yeah, right, right. And it's all been that. Even that's been a fair fight, right? Like we've given Cuba a fair shot, right? You know, no, sanctions weren't at all a problem, right? It's like even the evil, nasty, disgusting North Korea, which is just a complete basket case. But even a country like that, we won't fight a fair fight. We're going to sanction. We're going to play a game. We're going to tie their hands behind their back and then say we won. So yeah, right. You're so powerful and so strong and so right, and yet you have to cheat in every fucking contest you're in. I think that indicates something. If you have to cheat, I don't think you're the gold medal winner.
those that work on the systems that you agree with have either crashed and had to come around to what we do, or
No, so again, what system? So the systems. So what? I'm supposed to take that seriously as an argument. Again, I made my argument explicit that I've said it before. If you want to keep capitalism and just get rid of inheritance, I'll buy that package. I'll vote for that, because that'll do the job. Okay, because then the resources have to go back into the economy and prices will go back to where they should be. And workers will still have the cash. Workers will have the power. So to me, it's win. A rich fucker can only do this much damage. He can't do too much damage if there's no legacy. So where was that tried? Where was that demonstrated to be a fail?
they're still there, but they're just barely making it. You know, like Cuba, and finally now they're opening up and letting us in because hey, look,
Letting us in. I mean, what a joke. Like they need to let us in. No, we were the ones that kept them out, and we were the one that forced them to have a completely insular economy. We denied them tourism. We denied them the export rights. So, what? You can't even get that straight.
let's face it. You know, when you're one of these people that believe that everybody has to be equal, that no one can be ahead.
Again, so this is just what some most preposterous. I'm not going to play the rest of this. This is just. I mean, this is so distant from what I've said. So how can you put words like that in my mouth? You can't quote me as ever saying that everybody is equal. I've never said anything close to that. So what's the point? I mean, you can't make a fucking honest argument. God, you people are just such disgusting fucking ass white motherfucking bastards. I mean, you're defending something just outrageously disgusting, and then you sit there and you're so arrogant, like, yeah, you're right, and then you have to cheat in the argument. You have to put words in my mouth, okay? You have my video to play. You have the clip you could use. Show the clip of me saying everybody should be treated exactly the same. Show me the clip. That everybody should be paid the same. Show me the clip. Well, that's right, you can't because they don't exist. You lying piece of shit. Never mind. I'd be an anti-natalist, theoretically, just because, yes, I mean, life is stupid and ludicrous and all these things. But even if I didn't believe, even if I thought life could be something, just the fact that these people make it so obvious that they would never let it be anything, just makes it, you just have to root for human annihilation. You just have to root for the motherfuckers to get what they deserve. Because this is so disgusting. These fucking bigots, these fucking elitist cunts, you give it to them straight. Well, what's the difference between monarchy and inheritance? Okay? And show me something the rich are squandering labor on that has any social benefit. And they can't do those things. Show me how it wouldn't be better to spend the money on research. Anyway, enough said. are public institutions that provide social services, not for profits. Ugh. It's just disgusting. God, I hate this planet.